How many times have you run Facebook ads on your dropshipping store only to wake up the next day and still have zero sales? In this video, I'm going to go through my current ad checklist that's helped me do over £130,000 in sales on my dropshipping store in the last 30 days alone. I'm going to go through 4 or 5 different points from the hook all the way down to how to source creators, what text, what things you should include in your ads. So if you're interested in that and you want to start getting sales in your dropshipping store, you're going to want to stick around for this video. So in your ads, obviously there's a structure and a breakdown to all ads. They usually work by having a hook, having a content section, highlighting some benefits of your product, and having a call to action. In your hook, that is the most important part of your ad. You want customers to stop on your ad, whether that be on Facebook, Instagram or TikTok. You want them to stop, you want to draw them in, whether that's highlighting a pain point, the solution that your problem solves, or just having something that's totally eye-catching that makes them stop and watch the video. But at the same time, you want to leave the customer or the potential customer with a good impression on your products. So the way that we usually do it is obviously starting with a hook. We'll start by highlighting a pain point. Depending on the type of product, depending on the type of customer that we target or want to sell to, we directly target them in the hook. We highlight a pain point. We then explain to the viewer in the video by showing different clips and voiceovers explaining the solution to the problem is by getting this product. So highlight the pain point, explain the solution to the viewer, which is your product, highlight some key benefits of your product and back up your claims and why it's going to solve the customer's problems. And then we either have 2 different call to actions, which I'm going to go in more detail as we move forward. I've kind of called them like a soft CTA or a hard CTA. You can test these throughout your ads as well, but as I said, I'm going to be going into more detail in the later sections of this video. So the next thing that you need to tick off in your checklist is having quite fast pacing in your ads. And what I mean by that is, as we all know, everyone's on TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. Attention span of viewers is 2 to 3 seconds at max. So as I said before, you need to have the hook, really draw them in, but you need to keep them watching the video as well. So the way that you're going to do that is have really good pacing on your video. So have lots of clips throughout your video all the time. Change your clip every 2 to 3 seconds, but not too much so it's too much going on. We usually do between 7 to 10 clips per video, sometimes more depending on the length of the video, but we usually aim between 20 and 30 seconds for the entire ad, and that'll include around 7 to 10 different clips, all 2 to 3 seconds long each. This means that the customers can get hooked in by your ad, and they'll keep on watching because you're going to be showing different clips of the product in use. You're going to be highlighting benefits, solutions to their problem, etc. Don't make your ad sound too salesy either. With your voiceovers, if you're hiring creators or you're even making the ad creatives on your own, make it sound authentic and natural. You're actually talking about the product as you've bought it. Don't make it sound like you're actually hiring a creator to make the video for you, because customers are smart enough to know that if they see an ad and it actually comes across like an ad, they're going to scroll away and they're not even going to be interested and they're going to completely forget about your product. This directly ties into the next section, is how do you source content for your ads? Do you steal content from others on Facebook and Instagram or TikTok? Do you make the content yourself? Do you hire people from the start? What we do is we completely use AI to create AI voiceovers and try and put together any B-roll that we could find online. But I would honestly recommend ordering the product in yourself. If it's a product that you could record content for, then do that, because it's going to be the easiest way. You could create unlimited amounts of content. You don't need to pay for it. All you need to do is to pay for your product to come to your house. You could try different angles, you could try different hooks, lengths of videos. There's so much more variety in the test that you can control, because you could create 50 creatives if you wanted to, and you're not limited by having to pay someone online. When you start to generate sales in your store, maybe 10, 15 sales a day, and you're actually starting to see some traction with the product you're testing, that's when I'd recommend and try and source some content immediately. You need to go on Fiverr and try and hire creators to make content for your product. But when you are hiring creators for your product, your dropshipping store, make it a creator that's actually someone that would buy, if you know what I mean. Look at who's buying your product. Is it older women? Is it young men, maybe 20 to 30? It's obviously going to depend on the product you're selling, but figure out who your customer is, what gender mostly buys, and what age demographic they are. Once you know that, you could go on Fiverr and hire that person specifically, that's that gender, in that age range, and it's going to resonate more with customers when they go on Facebook and scroll past your ad. They're going to trust it more and they're more likely to buy. But what I will say, I think a lot of people make this mistake when they start to order UGC content for their brand. They usually provide the creator with a script, and in my experience, when you do this, when you give them a hook, content and a call to action, you give them an exact script what to say, when you get the content back, most times it's going to sound like a sales pitch. Like I said previously, you don't want it to sound like an ad, you want it to sound like an authentic video. So what we do is we provide the creator with a rough outline. We'll give them pointers on what we want them to talk about, but we say use your creativity, you're the creator, add in anything that you think is relevant, give us an honest review on the product, and when you get the content back from them, I promise you it's going to sound much more authentic. It's going to sound like a real video and not an ad. So for call to actions on your ad, you have a couple of options. Either you could run with no call to action, which would mean you would go through your video, you would have a hook, you'd have the content section, you would maybe highlight some key benefits of the product, and then the video would maybe just end with someone using the product. You wouldn't say click shop now to get 50% off or anything like that, it would just end. And I would call that obviously no CTA. Or you could have a soft CTA, which I would say is you have again hook, content, highlight benefits of the product, but you don't say click shop now to get 50% off. Maybe get the creator to say, or your voiceover to say, I honestly can't recommend this product enough. I can't live without it. This product's been a lifesaver. I can't imagine my life without it. Something along the lines. So again, it's not a hard CTA. You're not trying to sell them. It sounds more authentic. It sounds like they've actually bought the product and they love it. Or you could obviously try the hard CTA, like I said, click shop now to get 50% off and free delivery. The sale ends this week. These are 3 different things that you can test on the end of your ads and see what performs best. Maybe customers actually like the ads that don't have a CTA and they click through because they trust the video, they trust the creator's review on the product and they buy more. Or hard CTA works better and you go with that. It's just something to test. Thought it's an interesting point that you've maybe not thought about. So guys, I know I've rushed through this. I hope that you understand the points that I'm going to go through, but in summary, the ad creative checklist that you should have is: number 1, does it highlight a pain point and provide a solution? Is your ad pacing suitable? Does the clips move along quickly enough? Is it too fast? Is it too slow? Have you recorded your own creatives? That's a really important one. You should do that to begin with. Does your ad have a UGC creator or voiceover that is suitable to your target audience? Which is, if you're selling to older women, is your UGC creator and your ads an older woman? If not, you should change that pretty much straight away. Next thing, does your ad talk about how the customer will feel or how their problem is going to be solved? And lastly, test multiple CTA options on the end of your ads to see what is most suitable for your store. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope that you understand the points that I've went through. This is just some things that I include on my dropshipping stores, and it's working really well for me. And guys, if you like this video, leave a like, and if you've got any questions at all regarding dropshipping, leave them below and I'll get back to everyone.